We're live. We're live. Hang on, let me turn this down. Hey, keep dancing. You look great.
That sounds like 80s porn music.
That's why I picked it. That's why I picked it. I told John that too. He just like looked at me, really? What do we got going on? What are these kids doing here today?
Kids.
I let the whole thing just play. Hey, do we have people on? Oh shit, we do. Get to the comments. I want to make sure we're live everywhere. We still, Jarrell, have you been using the Facebook Live page yet?
I don't even know how to get in there.
Oh, okay. Alright. I got us taken off by doing my trumpet question. Here we are. So we're on X. Well, hello. We are on X. We are live. We are live. It is the Friday night edition of the Burning River Browns Talk here on the Fanatical Elves Network. I am Lou Marconi at lmarconi251 on Instagram, lmarconi1973. I am joined by three great people here today. My usual Friday night co-host, Sherry at Browns Fangirl, correct, and at Bougie, right? Is it Bougie M?
Budgie. Budgiem.
On Instagram.
Instagram.
On Instagram, yes. And of course, I got Ed in Columbus on X and Instagram. I would take it too. So yes,
no, just the X, just the X,
just the X, just the X. And my fellow colleague from the Fanatical Elves is joining us. I guess there's a game to play, Jarrell. Now,
Yeah.
Jarrell, what? Go ahead, plug your show. When is that? When does your show come on?
Well, right now we're in a bit of a pause period because I'm just kind of, I don't know what to talk about. But eventually we're going to get back on to our Thursdays. But that's where you can normally catch us
Usually
on
on Thursdays, yeah, because I know we were on Fanatical Elves last night with John and everybody else. And I was telling you last night, I'm just trying to find things to write about. So I'm just kind of, you saw what I started doing. I started going back into the history and talking about things. One of the articles I did was why Art Modell will never be in the Hall of Fame was because of the move. Mm-hmm. And there was some. Go ahead, Ed. Go ahead, explain it because I just caught the clip now. I was an ESPN clip with what's that guy's name? Chris McGinty. What was his name?
Jarrell, what's his name?
Chris Canty.
Chris Canty, former Baltimore Raven, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, and he said the reason why they left in '95 was because of lack of fan support. Which
that is correct.
Couldn't. All right. Did he know the next day we voted to remodel the stadium by 20% margin after Art Modell announced it that Monday in Baltimore? Does he know that? That guy doesn't know the whole story. I guarantee you he doesn't know. He probably wasn't even born then. How old is this guy? Let me look him up.
Well, I think it was just a lazy take. There was a top 5 fan base put out. The Steelers be number one for nowhere to be seen. But Evan Cohen came to Cleveland's defense and said not only
he did an amazing clapback.
Not only the number one fan base in the NFL, but in all of sports. I can't argue that sentiment. And I will say one thing. The Browns have had the most losses in the last 20 years. The Browns have had no Super Bowl appearances. The Browns have had a team that left. Browns have had Bottlegate. The Browns have been the laughing stock of the NFL. But you know what they have had throughout this whole time? The best fans in all of sports. And some people can call us cucks. Some people can call us whatever they want to and say that
we call us
cucks. Cucks is the word.
Oh, no.
Well, it's like anything. It's like anything. Some people think that Browns fans are a little bit overly enthusiastic about a team that hasn't given anything back. But that's the point of being a fan. A lot of these fans are just fans because their team wins. It's easy to be a fan of the Steelers because they've won. It's not easy to be a fan of the Cleveland Browns because of all the ridicule we take. But we love our team, and that's the number one thing about loyalty, and I will never apologize for that.
No, of course not. And I agree with you 100%. Let me add to what you said. See what happens. Just go on social media and watch Steeler fans react after a loss and see what they're ready to do. how they want to get rid of they want to get rid of everybody. These are the same people that thought Kenny Pickett was the next coming of Terry Bradshaw. So they can all
Kitten mittens. Where's
Yes.
Roger when we need him? Damn it.
Roger. Yes. But okay, great. So where's I guess we have all introductions are done. We got that out of the way. Drew, what do you have to say to that stupid take? Because it's just boneheaded, in my opinion. It's just lazy.
Well, it's interesting because I don't know if he was on that call that we had, but I shared that story how I went to have some brewskis with a friend of mine, and we're at the table, and one of the guys I didn't know, he's like, "Oh, well, I'm from Northeast Ohio." I say, "Oh, okay. Well, where you from?" And he kind of starts saying, "Well, it's a small town you never heard of." And I figure I know what he's about to say. He says, "Well, I'm from Youngstown." I say, "Oh, okay. I know Youngstown." And then I say, "Well, who's your team?" And you know how people, they just blurt it out, or it's the Raiders, or it's the Browns, or he kind of starts to get, "Well, you know, I was young and I chose this team." I said, "You're a fucking Steelers fan, aren't you?" And everybody he just puts his head down. Everybody at the table like busts out laughing because I guess everybody gives him shit for that. But you know, to your point that you were saying, Ed, it's easy to be a Steelers fan because, like you say, they win. And to me, when you talk about the Northeast Ohio piece, I just don't understand how you could. I understand because they win, but I can't understand it from a loyalty piece, how you could just flip sides like that and trade.
They don't have loyalty. They don't have loyalty.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of, how can you be the number one fan base when you're used to winning? You're used to good times. You're used to consistency. That's easy, like it was just said. So I think it's a dumb take because he didn't really understand everything that was surrounding that Browns move, because I live in Nashville. And so when you think about the Titans, got an organization that was already established. You already had general managers. You already had a system. You already had a culture. Baltimore didn't. How long did it take them to win a Super Bowl after that? 4 years, 5.
Okay, I'll go into that too. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Chris Canny was born. He's about 9 years young. He's about 9 years younger than me, so he's in his early 40s. But he was young when that happened. But he probably wasn't even in the area either. Go ahead, Sherry. What did you have to say about it?
Oh no, I caught the clap back. I caught the clap back from, ESPN Cleveland. And again, just the statement of the Steelers, it's easy, and that's verbatim, it's easy to be a Steelers fan just because you went from Coach Cowher right to Mike Tomlin, and if you won and you've gone to so many Super Bowls, you've never had any sort of hardship or huge drama. Well, besides that one thing, with their disgusting quarterback we don't have to talk about. But, they haven't had the adversity that the Browns have had, and the fans have always followed through no matter what. So to question the fan base is just like absurd.
I call them Yinzers for a reason.
Well, that's where I was last week, and let me tell you all the Yinzer stuff I saw going on downtown.
Yeah. Can I make an analogy on this real quick? Because I'm thinking like, okay, I'm a married man, been married for 11 years. You marry a woman and she probably drop dead gorgeous, looks beautiful. Well, guess what happens? They get older. They pop out a couple kids. They're not always wearing makeup. Their hair's not always done. And that's your wife. Do you still love her? If she gains maybe 30 pounds and maybe doesn't have her hair done or makeup on all the time, of course, we still love our team.
Right.
Is that a good way to put it?
I'm just picturing her pitching. Yes, it's fine. It's beautiful. That's well done.
No, but I'll say one thing, Lou. I don't want to make it seem like, I know Pittsburgh, Cleveland. Look, I'm a Clevelander. I love the Browns. But I also want to say this. Pittsburgh fans that are truly Pittsburgh fans, they are a great fan base. But for them to be ranked number one and for them to be ranked above Cleveland, that is ridiculous. And that's all I'm trying to say here. Okay. Look, they are a great fan base, great organization, great everything. That's fine. But to say they're the better fan base in Cleveland, ridiculous. And that's a bad take. And for Cleveland not to be in the top 5, come on now.
Well, it's an arbitrary list, isn't it? Isn't somebody?
Yeah.
I mean, right. It's like figure skating.
Somebody said Steelers never wasted so many first-round draft picks. Okay. Yeah, no, the actual people in Pitt, because I used to do this old tough question, like back in the 90s. I said, can you name me 5 players from the Steelers in the 60s? And their eyes are like then they can't do it. And I can name 5 players from the Browns in the 40s. I
Right.
can do it because I know that. Well, I wasn't born yet. Well, I wasn't born yet either, but I could do it. So that just I learned. I took the time to learn the history of the team and learn things. Yeah, Browns Club. Yep. There you go.
Shout
Thank
out
you.
to Candy. Shout out to
I
Candy
know,
Corn
Candy
guy.
Corn.
He just started following me today. Thank you,
He's
Candy.
been a
Corn.
big, helping out and contributing with the Dog Chug when it comes to comments and,
Yes,
and with,
he
with the X
has.
page. And
Mhm.
I appreciate your comments, and I like where you come
Yeah.
from, Candy Corn guy.
Well,
So
Candy
keep
Corn
commenting.
is a pure baseball. He's a friend of mine as well, and he joined me in Spaces the other night, and we had a grand old time. So yeah,
Future
I'm
Dog
happy.
Chug guest, I believe, as well. 'Cause
Yeah,
Was he a Dog Chug guest?
absolutely.
Oh, okay.
He will be.
Great.
He will be.
Future.
Oh, he
Future.
will be. Okay, good.
Heck yeah.
Good. No, I just thought this big dust up was interesting. It's just that people get mad about an arbitrary list somebody puts on. I could
Well,
do right now. I could go up and put a list
it's
out.
quiet. It's quiet. So people
They
do
just-
things to inflame, like kicking the ants nest. They want
They want to shake.
engagement.
Yeah.
They want engagement. They want to keep football relevant while it's sleepy. So they're
Well,
gonna
What-
punch. They're gonna punch everybody in many directions.
We're 10 days away from rookies reporting, so and then there'll be stuff to talk about there. So Amari Cooper's contract.
But
Well,
That's fire.
that's something that needs to get done, and maybe we should talk about that because
It was funny. I said something last night about it, and then Sam, my colleague's like, "Well, that's what I was going to talk about." I'm like, I just didn't want to write about it because everybody has. That's why. Because or another Amari Cooper article. I just took a different direction. That's all. But I think it's going to get done. I'm not too worried about
No
it.
doubt.
I'm not too worried about it. But anyway, you're right. I think a lot of people are doing things for relevance or for clicks, and they'll just say things like, "Who's that guy that was the former GM of the Jets that thought, oh, hear me out, we could trade Deshaun Watson for Daniel Jones of the Giants." Do you remember that?
Tannenbaum or something? Mike
Tannenbaum, yeah. And I'm like, what is this guy? Is this guy fucking retarded? What? Like, what the hell? But I was like, hear me out. He's actually making this case for it. And I'm like, okay, that cap hit would be disgusting if we did that. It made absolutely no sense. Daniel Jones? Really? No. No, we're not going to do it. Anyway, there's a game that we're going to play. So we're going to go ahead and play it. Wait a second. Is there another comment here? Let me see. Where's this one I already did? BFG. Okay. BFG is me, new BFG. Okay. Okay. There we go.
So
You're welcome.
Ed is going to be master of ceremonies, and he is going to give.
I have pictures on my phone.
Yes,
Is this a drinking game?
it could be. It's more fun if you drink. Well, everything is more fun if you drink, and it's Fun Friday. So I encourage, right now on my street it's Reggae Friday, and we partake in the excellence of the new apothecary that's opening on the corner. When all these rules and regulations have just passed, and
So all the Rastafarians out there.
that's what we do every Friday night. There's a fire, and
Okay.
Yaman. So that's why I was a little late tonight. Anyway, besides
Oh, it's
that
okay.
point-
Everybody was. I was getting a little bit nervous because it was like
No.
6 minutes before we're going on and nobody else is on. So, I'll do it by myself.
Well, I was in the backyard. I had to, I had to
in the
run
backyard.
in.
Oh shit, Lou's getting nervous.
He's getting nervous. I got a text. I'm like kicking dogs out the way. Watch out, Sparky.
Yeah.
Not really.
My wife loves the hoodie you sent me, Jarrell. But she doesn't
That's
wear it now
awesome.
because it's so damn hot. Oh, she steals all my shit. She steals them.
Well, tell her I appreciate that support.
Yeah, of course. Oh, she loved it. She's like, oh, that's a cool hoodie. I'm taking it. Like,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
excellent design.
welcome to being married. So, yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, this stuff. And I gave like the hats I gave to my nephews and my dad and my brother. They love them. So,
Excellent.
like, oh, where'd
You
you,
know
get
what we
these?
can do?
Just-
We can do a giveaway tonight. Now it would have to be certain sizes because I think I'm out
Okay.
of double XLs and XLs, but
We're
we got
all
any-
we're all big here, so we're good.
okay. If we got any smaller, any large, medium, smalls,
Yes.
we can get them.
Browns fans are not known for being petite.
Yes.
I'll tell you that.
We use only magnums, so we're good.
Oh, yeah.
Go
Went
tickets.
I went there.
That's okay. That's
It's
okay.
okay.
And Ed will be facilitating.
And Steeler
we
fans
got
need
people.
rubber bands. Go ahead.
That's why they stopped giving plastic giant Eagle
Yes.
bags out in Pittsburgh
Yes.
because of that very fact.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Oh yeah, we got Wayne. Wayne is from Indiana. Wayne is a good friend. He is a big Browns fan, huge Browns fan.
Yes. Thank you. Tall Boy Friday too. Here's the weekend and arbitrary lists. Absolutely.
Exactly. To that we cheers.
And a new friend of the show, a great friend of the show,
Yeah.
Amelia. Yes. Hey, Amelia.
Yeah.
Thank you. Shout out to Amelia. Yeah, she's been on our show. Yes, I met her doing the Wrestling with the Future podcast, talking pro wrestling on there. So, yep. Yeah, that was good. Good. Okay, so let's do this game so we could quit talking about Steeler fans' birth control.
Ew, then we have to think about them naked. Gross.
No. Now you did that. No.
Poor Ed. Sorry, Ed.
Yes,
you look like you're gonna vomit.
No,
just picturing the back here on the women. God.
So they got 3 rivers.
Okay, let's start this game. I'm curious.
Sure, I'm intrigued about this game here.
Yeah,
okay, so
I don't know what. I have no idea. I was not briefed on anything.
No, exactly. Well, that was the point.
I know it's the point.
Ed and I are going to facilitate. I am more so. I'm going to keep track of the score, and Ed is going to be giving reason as to why someone's reason is right or wrong.
Right. So how are we showing the pictures?
Yeah, Lou has them.
Lou has, okay.
See, Nathan, another
what am I supposed to do
East Sider. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to put them up, and we're going to go for how many pictures did I send you? 6?
5. There are 5.
5? Are there 5 pictures?
There are 5.
I have to put them up.
Yes.
Oh.
That's why I sent them to you.
You just sent them to me. I had no idea. I sent them to Jarrell too. So, all right, hang on.
Yeah.
So, because they're in my phone. They're not on my computer.
Oh
So-
no!
Oh no.
Curses! Oh no!
Okay,
Did you
so
text
these.
them to me, Lou?
Yeah, I texted them to you. Hold on.
It's only fun if the whole
Oh,
group
Everybody-
gets to see
well,
the picture.
Here.
Oh no! Don't be my mom. God,
Yeah, look, can you see this?
dude, don't make me manifest her. I'll call her up. And
Oh,
we'll
jeez.
send her a link,
No,
man. You don't
no,
want
no.
that. Not
No,
again.
it's okay. It's okay. No. We're gonna hear Jewish mafia stories. It'll be great.
Well, true. That is
Yeah, Nathan.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Nathan is another East Sider. East Side in the house.
Expect the Browns defense and Mr. Chubb, Steeler fan here. Okay. Okay. Well, there you go. Hope you have your box of rubber bands ready. All right. Let's.
Oh.
Yeah, I did say that. Hold on. Let me see what I can do. About this.
It is a very high level broadcast.
you trying to just put it on the screen?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I gotta send it to my computer here and see how this works.
I mean, I could do it. I could just airdrop it.
On yours? But are you able to? Yeah.
Yeah, because you just put it in the. I think you got to put it in the video, either video clip or background spot. It's one of those, or overlay. Then you put on overlay.
Let me try something.
Okay.
Let me try.
Thank you, Candy Corn. That is very funny.
What
Yes.
is what?
Steelers fans probably need crayons and captions.
Oh, see, if you would have told me to make sure I could bring this up, then I would have been able to do it. Yeah, that's it. Steeler. Yep, there we go. Hang on a second. Let me get my. I had to. It's one of these things. Yeah, I have an iPhone, but I have a regular laptop, so they're not compatible. So I got to do this a different way. All right. So this is what we're gonna do, and this is how I'm gonna have to do it. Just go ahead. Just keep talking, guys.
Yeah, unfortunately, some break-in news. The Guardians once again decided to score no runs tonight. They're down 2-0, top of the 9th, so not looking good for our baseball team. Sure, what's your take on the Guardians? It looks like I think they're one of the teams that I think that they need to get that All-Star break in pretty quickly because I mean, it's a long season like all teams, and the Yankees had lost 14 of 18. They're kind of figuring out a little bit, but this Guardians team, I mean, I think they need a break. I think that they've been going so good.
They need to stretch. They need massages. They need vacation. They need to stay in their basements, play video games. They need to hang out. They need to play with whatever electronics they have, not drones, because that did not work well for us in our
not in 2016
pitching. Yeah. Right. So stay away from the drones. They are sharp. Maybe play with their families. Dogs are fun. Go fishing. That's fun this time of year. People enjoy time out on the lake, except for the bring and eating amoebas. I won't do freshwater. It's actually Shark Week. Has anybody else been celebrating Sharkmas besides myself? No. Ed?
I would get into it like a couple of years ago. I used to watch it all, but I don't know. It just I just
There was a great program.
okay, I want to know. I want to know why it is. Why is Shark Week? Why is it so celebrated by so many that people? Because let's be real, most of America doesn't live next.
Well,
to
that's
sharks.
just it. But where does everybody go for vacation? You want to go to the islands. You want to go to Florida. You want to go to Key West. You want to go to the Gulf Coast. You want to go to Texas. You want to go to California, right? Maybe up in the northern coast, but those beaches are trashed. So you want to come down south where it's nice and warm, and the Atlantic is the temperature of bathwater. You put your toesies in, you're not expecting anything, and all of a sudden, sandbar shark comes up and takes a nibble, and bye-bye tootsies. So it's more of an awareness kind of thing.
So what have you learned on Shark Week throughout your time that you've watched over the years? So you're in a situation where you could be potentially around a shark, and maybe what are the potential? What would Sherry do to avoid
what would I do?
being?
Wouldn't go
Okay.
anywhere near the damn water. Yeah, just don't go in the water.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
Well,
You just
firstly, I've
go to Iowa.
No, because the beaches are beautiful in Iowa. Let me tell you.
Well,
Build
The
them and they
best
will come.
snorkeling.
Lou. Build them.
yeah, build it. Yeah,
Build
build
the oceans in Iowa and they'll come. They
The
build
beaches
the
of Iowa.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful. Well, what I would do is number one, don't freak out.
Mm.
Just like the whole hornet bee thing,
Mm.
the moment you start flailing and pissing something off in nature, what's it going to do? Is it going to act erratically, or is it going to act, cool? No, it's going to freak the fuck out and it's going to go to attack you. So, just like with a bear, right? You don't poke the shark.
I guess
You
the
just
best
let
thing
it
to do.
be.
Well, the best thing to do would basically don't move, be calm, and pray to God you're not bleeding, because one drop of
And-
blood, it's over.
Right,
It's
there's
over.
that.
Yeah. I mean,
Also, don't go to pet it. Why would
yeah.
you do that?
Mm.
Don't go to pet it.
what happens
That's
if
a
you're
poor
like,
choice.
I'm Ed in Columbus, I'm on the dog chug, and that wouldn't be good enough, Sherry? That you
Did
think
you
the shark-
have your tie on?
I
were
would
you
have my tie.
recognizable?
I would have my tie on. At all times.
Okay,
At all
I
times.
could see it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Usually sharks, they'll bite a person and then they'll let go because they're like, ew, this is disgusting. It tastes like hate. And then they move
It's like
along.
hate.
Yeah.
So, do
It
I
could
look like
taste the
somebody that tastes
hatred.
like hate?
No, not you.
No,
I'm
I'm
talking people. It
No.
wasn't directed at you.
Other people.
The other people.
Okay.
I'm
yeah,
talking about the
there's
people in
there's comments here I want you guys to see. Like Amelia did the Florida Panthers Stanley Cup,
Oh, yes.
and Nathan's talking about sharks don't eat people,
Mm.
and
Right.
somebody's not calling out we may not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, hold them accountable. Okay. 30, yeah, for like 36 years it took the Steelers to get it right. So, yeah, that's fine. Hold on, what was that? Hold on. Let me get back to him. Damn it. I'm trying to figure. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep talking. I just said.
Well, like I think that's an interesting point of holding a fan accountable, because I always hear this all the time. Browns fans, they're so loyal and they don't hold their team accountable. How do you, as a fan, how do you hold your team accountable? You love the Browns. They play 16, 17 games a year. So what are you going to do? Not watch them? What are you not going to buy merchandise? Like, I understand there's times that, like, living in Columbus with the Blue Jackets, we blow. We're the Blow Jackets. We suck. And but what are we supposed to do? Not go to games and not support your team? It's not only your team that you wouldn't be supporting, it's also your city. Like, I'm a Browns fan because it's the Cleveland Browns. If the Browns did move to Baltimore and they were the Baltimore Browns, like they were originally going to be called, until Art came to his senses and agreed to give us our colors and our name back, let's be real, I wouldn't be a Browns fan. I'm a Cleveland fan first. And that's why I don't understand a lot of times what Jarrell was saying about the people in Youngstown, about how about you pick a team, because, if you're in Youngstown, last time I checked, Youngstown is still in Ohio, and I don't know. I believe in the loyalty of the lands that you're from. Like, if you're an American, you're proud to be an American. If you're an Ohioan, you can be proud to be an Ohioan. Cleveland is a part of Ohio. And I understand if, you know, you live in Youngstown and your family has been Pittsburgh Steelers fans and then you got your family loyalty. I get that, but I don't understand, you know, the point of then switching your team because, oh, now they're good, now they're bad. I think that once you pick a team and you should stay loyal to them, I think that's a part of fandom, because fan is short for fanatic. And, you know, being a fan, there's no rhyme or reason. You know, you see these soccer tournaments going on, you see Europe and how crazy they are for their sports. And, you know, Cleveland Browns fans could be, you know, put in that same light as well. And that's the fun of it, because on Sunday, there were times when the Browns weren't really good, but you'd wake up on Sunday, you'd still get drunk, you'd still put on your colors, you'd still go down the stadium, you'd still have fun, because it was part of a community, part of being part of the city. And that's what makes it all fun. And then I just don't understand these fair weather fans or bandwagon people, and it makes no sense to me. How is that fun? I mean, I could be a New England Patriots fan when they were winning. What fun is that? You know, I don't understand that. That makes no fun. The joy that you get when the Browns finally win, I don't think you can quantify that on an emotional level until they actually do it, which they will eventually. And that's going to make it all rewarding. All these years of frustration and suffering, it's going to be so much fun when we finally hold up that Lombardi Trophy in the city of Cleveland.
Yeah.
Parade.
And
don't sell yourself short. Don't.
The 4 million instead of 3 million, or maybe what do you think? Like 10 million? I think
10. I mean,
let's just go like 10. Let's just go all out.
Yeah,
10. All the way from up here, all the way down to Brook Park, and then some, all the way down to Youngstown.
I have the picture saved in the overlay. I don't know if that's what we need, but
Yeah,
I got
that should do it.
Yeah,
I got 4 comments here,
us
so
to the
let's see. Let's see what we got here. Okay, Sharps don't actually. Okay, we got Candy Corn's got something to say, because we're not delusional enough to believe we can make a front office decision as a fan base. All right, let's do that. And we got another comment. I'm not really into fan bashing. Every team needs fans, of course. Thank you, Nathan.
Good point.
A fan base, we jammed up the fax machines in New York City, showed displeasure towards the moving of the team. Yes, and we mailed letters.
Yep.
That's true. That's true. The only fans I question are fans born in one town or state with a team, and then they root for a rival. There's contrarians out there. Oh, here we go.
The Michigan fans in Columbus. I know what he's talking about.
Don't get me wrong. Oh yeah, I respect the loyal Browns fans or loyalty, but why hate the Pittsburgh Steelers for being better organization? No, we just hate you because you're Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
that's nothing to do with being better. Yeah, no. So we respect the Steelers. Just hate your faces. Oh God. Yeah, this is getting personal. All right, let me try this, because I'm gonna have to go, because I go to band. Hang on, let's go to Brandon. So I got the overlay here. So which one did you want first?
It doesn't matter. Anyone.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't
anyone
matter.
will work.
Well, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's see how this works.
Okay. And the object of this game, gentlemen, is to give me the most accurate description of what that is, and I will judge your answer.
Looks like a Steelers fan.
Okay, that's you. Is that your final answer?
A giant prick.
Okay, gotcha.
Which is all the
right,
same.
Jarrell. It is your turn.
I see like a caterpillar with big eyes, almost like a.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, something like that. That's what I see.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to give this one to Lou, because it is a prick, but it's on gas station boner pills. So that's what that is.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
No.
That is Lou's favorite Friday night snack.
I get my boner pills from the internet.
Oh, high quality.
This one's
my
gas
shit
station.
online.
This one's gas station.
They're not legal. Shh.
Oh shit.
We're not here to report people.
No.
Very veiny, very girthy.
Oh no, girthy.
Sherry,
Oh.
the number 2. So Sherry, what's the score after one round here for the audience?
So far, number 1, Lou is currently in the lead
Oh God.
with one correct answer.
Okay. Second picture here. What do we got here?
Do you want to go first, Jarrell, or should I go first?
Well, we'll have Jarrell go first. We'll alternate.
Yeah, well, that's fine. It's fine by me.
I feel like I see a kangaroo, maybe. Maybe that's a kangaroo.
Lou, what do you see here?
Well, I can't say the same thing.
Well, but you can be descriptive if you need to be.
Right.
It is. I mean, it looks like a kangaroo. I'll be honest with you. But
well, no, I can change mine. I actually see a flying frog.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, I see a
I'll,
flying.
I'll, I'll, I'll stay with kangaroo then. You can change the flying frog. I'll go with kangaroo. That's you sure? Is that your final answer, Drew?
Yeah, that's my final answer. If you turn
Okay.
your head to the side,
Yeah,
it's
so
like
you
the
see.
the
I
Oh,
do
orange.
see
yeah.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let Sherry be, because it technically it's not. It is a kangaroo, but it's not, and here's why. It's actually a dog from Pittsburgh that got a BBL and smokes crack. So that's where that's at right
That is correct.
there. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
see the hump on the dog, it's
Yes.
crack.
I don't
Yes,
think we had a chance on
unfortunately.
that one,
So I'm gonna have to defer to Jarrell because a frog is closest to a half-dead Pittsburgh dog. So Jarrell wins this
Ooh.
second round.
Okay,
Take
1-1.
that.
Wow.
All right.
1-1.
ding,
We are
ding, ding.
tied at 1-1.
Okay.
All right, let's
this
hope
is-
we have a tiebreaker somewhere. So
I don't
hang
think
on.
there's gonna ever be another second cloud game, but let's go number 3.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
All right. What? This is a
round
cloud.
3.
Hey, Jarrell. How are you?
What do we got here?
Round 3.
Here's round 3.
Lou, you
So
go
we're
first.
supposed. I go first.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to describe what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm probably wrong, but it looks like there's 2 eyes and there's something coming out of an eye. It looks like 2 eyes and something's poking that eye, like he's poking himself in the eye. That's just what it is. It's a face.
Hmm.
That's what I see. So you can see something else.
I feel like I see Marge from The Simpsons if she cut 3/4 of the top of her head off, her hair. Like I feel like the top of her hair is like right above the center.
Wow.
That's what
Wow.
I feel like.
Both great guesses, but unfortunately, it's not as complicated as what it is. Actually, if you look at it, it's like a 0, the number of wins that Pittsburgh's going to have against Cleveland this year. And you see the light coming
Mhm,
through. You see the light
Ooh.
coming through. That's the Browns.
We're going hard after this.
Yeah, I mean,
look,
great,
Yeah.
These are
great
Browns
guesses,
related
guys.
questions.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, great guesses. Yeah, great guesses.
And it could be
Oh,
whoa.
Whoa.
whoa!
So what was that? Are we stalemate with that answer?
Yeah, stalemate. So we're 1. Yeah,
Stalemate,
still
okay.
1-1. Still 1-1. This is
1-1.
4th.
Got
number
it.
4.
All right, I got the next one, and Jarrell, it's your turn, right?
Yep.
I don't know. It looks like a giant raven with his wings cut off.
Oh.
Can I say it? What
Yeah.
I think it is?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Godzilla. Looks like Godzilla.
Well, I want this is great. Can you bring up Candy Corn's comment right
Comment,
there
please.
when he speaks of a certain person in the White House?
This one?
Yes, here's why. that is actually Joe Biden at the State of the Union on Adderall. Right there, that's what that is right there. So so I don't know how Candy Corn
Somebody
got
agrees with
that.
me.
I gotta say, it's now 1-1-1. Candy Corn's
Oh,
getting
damn.
it.
He got thrown
right
in.
now.
Oh my god.
How did he know?
How did
Yeah,
How did he
see.
know?
Ooh. Look at that. See, I'm just going through the comments. I'm trying to get everybody up here. There you go. That's a
Yeah.
T-Rex. That could be a T-Rex.
No, it does look like Godzilla, but I don't know how Candy Corn knew that was Biden. I don't know how.
Yeah, he probably knows you.
he must. He must. This is crazy.
candy corn cocaine is legal?
Is it way bigger than that, Lou? There we go.
Well, just
All right.
we're
All right.
1-1.
He's a good sport.
Yeah.
You're a good sport
So
there,
we're
Jen.
1-1-1.
St. Laurent,
Yeah,
Jen. You're a good
1-1-1.
sport.
Candy Corn.
1-1-1. All right.
Feel free, Candy Corn, to put a comment on your guess. You can go last. Then that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to the next one, right?
Go on to the next one. Final one. This is for all the marbles right here. Now there will be a winner. I will make a
Okay.
determination.
Well,
Okay.
we actually have 2. It looks like I got 2 more.
Oh shit.
Well,
It's okay. Well, we'll do this one. If we need a tiebreaker, we got one.
Okay.
But I think we're all
Okay.
good. But all right, let's go.
yeah, this is the one I
here.
had. Yep, this is it.
This is it.
Mhm.
All right, let me get this candy corn comment off.
Okay.
No offense, candy corn. So okay, here we go.
Yeah, what do you got here?
Who's first?
I think it's your turn, Lou.
Yep, Lou.
A whale's vagina.
Wow.
Candy corn, great. That's Groucho Marx.
Okay. Jarrell, what you got?
I'm gonna go with two pistols.
Oh,
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
Ooh.
Now revolvers? Are we talking revolvers or semi-automatics?
It looks like the one on the left might be like a Smith and Wesson or something,
Mhm.
and maybe the one on the right might be I don't know.
San
That one kinda-
Diego. He got the Ron Burgundy. San Diego. Yes, that's my guess too. Is the next Trump-Biden debate will be moderated by Ron Burgundy, being played by Will
Nice.
Ferrell.
now that would be the most viewed
Nah.
debate of all time if that were to happen.
Well, actually, it's a keystone symbolic of the Keystone football. We're talking about Pennsylvania, got the Philadelphia Eagles symbol, and he's picking up the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is a piece of shit right there. So it's an eagle.
Oh,
pick-
Sure,
jeez.
Oh, I see
you
it
could
now.
see
Right
underneath.
now.
You
Yeah,
could see
yeah,
it's
yeah.
very,
I know what for the
It is
sake of
birds.
our audience,
Mhm,
for the
mhm.
sake of humanity, and for the sake of sanity, I'm
That is
declaring
true.
Jarrell the winner. He's the winner.
Oh,
Jarrell,
yes.
you are the winner.
Jarrell, you win.
Jarrell, winner.
Terrell is the
I
winner.
appreciate
Jarrell's the
that.
winner.
He
and,
put his answers were extremely well thought out
Yes.
and creative, and I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
I'm gonna
getting
have
a
an
lot of
extra
great
drink.
comments. Yeah, have an extra drink, man. All right, good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was just funny. That was
Nobody's
fun.
gonna ever ask for this game to be ever played again.
Well, we'll play it again,
No.
except we'll be better at it.
I probably. Who knows?
We'll exchange
Well,
more
what-
words. There will be bigger games. There'll be better games. Just
I mean,
like
the
when
fact
we
that he said
beat the
Jarrell said
Steelers.
Smith and Wesson, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, he
I
went.
enjoyed
He
that.
got. I like the
And the
details.
specific,
the
yeah.
details. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
And the
It's really-
Raven without the wings, I was thinking jive turkey. That's totally a jive turkey. You know.
Oh, that's a whole other Will Ferrell movie. Ever see Semi Pro?
Yeah.
Yeah, jive turkey.
Okay, well, like I said, Jarrell, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, reigning
Yes.
champion. Oh, we need to make
Oh.
a belt is what we need to do.
Oh shit! I got a couple behind
Yeah.
me.
Well,
Yeah, I'll take a
I
belt.
don't think you want.
I'm not giving up my belts. but
No,
yeah,
we could make
yeah.
one. We have the technology.
Yes.
And thanks, Candy Corn Guy.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and thanks, Laurent St. Laurent Jen. Is that if I said your
Yeah.
name correctly? Thank
Yeah,
you. We
he's a
appreciate the
friend.
comments.
He's a-
We're just.
If I had to
He's a
guess,
friend
it's
of
probably
the
Saint Laurent.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Laurent.
That
He
is.
must wear a lot of Saint Laurent. If I had
Ooh
to
la
guess.
la. Ooh la
Mm.
la.
If
Now,
he's on there.
Because it
What
was
the fuck
for
is he saying?
because I was counting. It's my that's how I co-host the game show. Is I
Oh, she's
need
more-
this
yeah.
very specific hat,
Monopoly.
my Monopoly side hat.
Yes.
Or
I just realized that. I was just, she wears this shit all the time. It doesn't even phase me. It just doesn't. All
I
right,
like to
so
play dress up.
You do, yeah. Oh, there's times she's worn masks and stuff, and
I
done all
have
that
them.
crazy
I
stuff.
have. You don't want to see my closet.
No, stay in that closet. That's
It's huge.
George.
It's huge.
So, all right. Well, that was a fun game. Thank you. So I didn't know
Thanks
what
for
to
having
expect.
me.
Sorry, it took me a while to get the
That's
pictures up,
okay.
but I
We
did.
didn't give you the best. Like I said,
No, you
there'll
just
be
said here. These are the
bigger
pictures.
games. There'll be better games. We'll be.
I think honestly,
more prepared.
maybe better than just cloud smoke. Maybe there needs to be, I don't know, blunt smoke, and then just take.
Oh, that
pictures
would
of
be fun. That
and
could
then
be
see,
next
see
time.
what
Yeah,
you
that's
can make
great.
that way. I think there needs more interaction that way. So we'll get
That's
together,
good.
especially with the
We'll fine tune it,
some of the
especially with the
establishment-
legality, right, of the new place
it's
on the
legal
corner.
now. So I'm
Yeah,
just saying. I
I'm
think
deleting these off this.
we'll create our own clouds now.
We
We'll create
will.
our own clouds. Yeah.
Bigger clouds,
Well, next
better
time y'all have me
clouds.
on, y'all should. I'll come up with the game, and we'll play a drinking game.
Oh,
There you
damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll make sure everybody has their liquor of choice or their brewski of choice.
Eyes wide
Right.
shut is not
Right.
okay. No, we're not doing that weird secret society. Tom
Oh yeah,
Cruise
that's
crap.
that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie was cringy, very
Was
cringy.
that Tom Cruise in that? Wasn't that Tom Cruise?
That was Tom
And
Cruise.
his wife.
I
Yeah.
just yeah, that was a
Time,
weird.
yeah, Nicole Kidman. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
the last time I saw people dressed up like
It's a
that
grinder monkey head.
was
Mhm.
it is. I am, that's on
Yes,
my father's
yes.
side. 1/16th grinder monkey.
Now so Lou, there was some shocking news in sports this week. Rock competitive eating with the Nathans, and it wasn't about Joey Chestnut, but about Nick Worry, and supposedly he took a plate from a competitor, giving him 5 extra hot dogs. His wife actually won.
She won.
The contest
Mickey,
for the females.
yeah,
but
Mickey.
what do you think about that? Now he said just take my total back to 46 for the to make everything kosher, But what do you think about that? Because I mean, he didn't even win anyways. But competitive eating now, we got cheaters now. So
Did you see the lemonade thing? That was disgusting.
Oh, that was disgusting.
What lemonade?
Badlands Booker.
They were they were drinking a gallon of lemonade, and you see, Andy and Dr. Matt should do that because they would smoke that big fat guy when it came to chugging, I think.
Not into competitive eating, but I think it's not surprising that there's cheating, because there's always cheating in everything. So what do you expect? If you can have a chance to take an advantage, I think you can. But
but you're on national TV and there's cameras everywhere, and it's like, Jesus, okay.
And it's an establishment of 4th of July.
Do you remember that with Joe Niekro, the pitcher from the Twins? Yeah, when he was emptying his pockets and his nail file flies out, but he threw it away. He's like, I don't know, that's not mine. That's not mine. No. And it was I remember him being on Letterman right after that. And he goes, "Yeah, I usually keep the picture of my kids." He goes, "Yeah, but they weren't flying out of your back pocket." It was just kind of funny, and it was like, and his brother Phil Niekro pitched for the Indians.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the knuckleballer. Yeah, the old knuckleballer. Yep. Yeah. Interesting stuff. But all right, look, I think we kind of brought it up a little bit before, but let's get this out of the way.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper, what's going on? Anybody know anything? Because it's been pretty quiet, outstandingly quiet. Do you think he shows up next week?
If he wants to get paid, he will.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think it's going to be?
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't. I mean, he's a veteran. He probably wants his paper.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's a distraction, though. I don't know why they're letting this linger unless they're trying to flip him for something else,
I see.
I don't know, but I could only speculate. But I don't think he'll show up. I wouldn't. If I was trying to get paid, I wouldn't show up. For what?
Right, because shout out to Arch Manning. Now we all know that college football 2025, whatever is coming
25,
out.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out. And each athlete or college was given $600 basically in a copy of the game, where Arch Manning said, "No, don't put me in," but he has recently agreed to be put in that game. And you know what? So I heard that EA Sports gave him $50,000 for him to be in. And he's a backup quarterback at Texas. So next year, if you're one of these college athletes, I would hold out then. Especially if you're better than Arch Manning, say you're somebody like Mecca Buka or the wide receiver for Ohio State. I'm saying like 50,000 is nothing. So I mean, I think that it kind of sets the precedent that if EA Sports is willing to pay if you hold out, I mean, like you said, Jura, Amari Cooper is going to play that same game when it comes to getting paid as well, and he should. I mean, he definitely deserves the best wide receiver in the AFC North over the past couple seasons. And let's be real. And here's why I'm mad at the Browns. I'm not mad at Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper, do your thing. You deserve the money and deserve a contract extension. But the Browns, here's why I get very, very upset. You got a quarterback in Deshaun Watson coming in after injury, fine. But he's coming in with Ken Dorsey now calling this new offense. He's going to be 90% in the shotgun. I don't know about you, but if I'm in 90% of the shotgun, I want 2 good wide receivers. You traded for Jerry Jeudy. We'll see how that turns out. But wouldn't you want your, go-to guy that set the record for 265 yards against Houston last year? It makes no sense to me. Get it done, Cleveland, when it comes to, we give props to Barry for being this great GM. That's a big hole right now that we got on this team. And if you don't get it done and he's a holdout, that's a problem.
Okay. 2 things. Questions. I'm not sure if this is correct or not. You can let me know. Yeah. I know, Sherry, did you have something to say before I ask this question?
I saw Shelby Harris was saying how he thinks the extended training camp is a bunch of BS, and he was very anti-extending the training camp schedule for as long as it's been. And I agree, because what's the point of practicing longer as opposed to just letting everybody rest a little longer? I don't know. But I kind of agree with him. I don't think longer is going to make it better, especially in the heat of the summer, and that causes more injuries with musculature and dehydration. And so I think it's definitely a better way to cause more injuries if you extend the training camp longer as they did. But I agree with him.
Okay. And they don't even do 2-a-days anymore, is my understanding. They don't.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, well, hold
Coddle
on.
babies. What's wrong with them?
I did 2-a-days when I was in high school, but I never played college. I never went past high school. So let's look, because the question I had was, and Candy Corn put this out. If he starts holding out, he gets fined. Is that correct? I mean, he misses I think it's like 47,000.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: whatever he would be fined when he got his new contract, they would just make.
It takes money to make
let's
money.
be real.
Mhm.
The fine is not going to equal to what the new and whatever they're going to front load it anyway.
Right.
So,
Mhm.
And
yeah.
you could have fined him for mandatory minicamp sitting out there,
Right.
but they didn't.
Right.
From what I understood, they
Right.
didn't.
That is correct. That is correct. Yeah.
And he also did show up to Njoku's softball game.
Yes,
too.
he was there. I saw him with my own eyes.
It's this $50K of practice. Okay, so I mean, it's $50K. I mean, shit. I mean, to us, that's a lot of money, but maybe to him, he's getting $20 million a year. So I heard what was that guy? Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.
Was it Garrett Bush or was it?
No, it was a G. Bush. Was the other guy with the dreads?
Earl the Pearl.
Earl the Pearl. He said he thinks it's going to be a 2-year extension, $56 million.
Yeah, they're going to get it done. I mean, they're going to.
Yeah, I think it's going to get. It usually there's two things with negotiations, like time and everything else. And I don't think it's going to come down to him missing practices. But I don't know. I might be a little bit more optimistic than Jarrell is. So it's just me. But I think it's going to get done. Like you said, we don't want a distraction. We don't want bullshit. And he's under contract regardless, so he's not going to sit out games. Right. So that's not going to happen. Okay, but people are kind of comparing to what happened with the Jerry Jeudy deal too, and I don't know if that's even. Can we trade for Cooper Kupp?
I wish.
I said I sold.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it's going to happen, but all right. That's the first time I heard that. Yeah, book it. He said it first. If it happens, I don't think we're trading for Cooper Kupp.
It's all that candy corn cocaine going to his head, man.
Yeah, a lot of it. So okay, so we talked about Amari Cooper. We talked about how Steelers fans get too much credit because they show up and they support a winning team.
Terrible toe.
Well, keep in mind, when was the last time they won a playoff game?
Was it 2012?
2015.
2015. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they haven't won a playoff game in almost 10 years. We beat the last time.
Mm-hmm.
They're second to last time they were in the playoffs. We beat them
because they lost to Buffalo last year. Yeah.
They lost to Buffalo last year, and they lost to Kansas City the year before. He goes, "It's delicious." Okay, thank you.
Share then. You got candy corn. Share. It ain't no fun.
Never heard of it. Okay, so keep it in mind here that I think a lot of people, I get defensive when defending Cleveland a lot. Even defending the Browns.
No.
I've traveled a lot, been in other places. Usually people, when they hear that I'm from Cleveland, they apologize to me like there's something wrong with me. And I'm like, what have you ever been there? You ever visited?
It's funny that you say that because when I moved here from San Diego.
Yeah. I've been to San Diego.
Like, why? And I'm like, do you understand the paradise you're living in? From the crap factory I moved from, sure, San Diego is beautiful to look at. You can't afford to live. It is, and this was in I lived there from 2012 to about 2016. It was that long ago, and the prices were overinflated, ridiculous inflation, and I would never go back because that state is a major shit show. Moving here, to me, this is paradise. This is paradise. The cost of living, I could afford a house, a car,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And people have no idea because when, we discuss with other labs, we're going to Cleveland. They're like, well, they were nerds. So they knew the science. So they were excited about the research going on in Cleveland. So
science nerds.
We had like Cleveland. We had a nerd like powwow, like, yeah. But, the normies were like, Cleveland, yeah.
I have family, west of Nashville in Tennessee. They're in Henry County, Tennessee, by Paris.
Mhm.
And not this past 4th of July, but the year before, we went down and we stayed at like this. It was like a resort down there with close to the family, and the family came and visited us. And a lot of people were from Tennessee, but they're like, "Where are you guys from?" So we're from Cleveland. Goes, "Wow, it's a far trip." Like they couldn't. We drove. It's like 11-hour drive, so we
That's not
drove.
so bad. Yeah.
No. It's like I felt like Chevy Chase on vacation driving with my family. But the thing is, nobody really said anything bad about Cleveland. They just thought it was a long distance. But I said we have family. Yeah, we have family here. It was beautiful. They had a great fireworks show over the lake there with the Paris Landing Bridge, but that's one of the few times. I don't think it's as bad as it used to be, because somebody was trying to talk to me about like mistake by the lake or all this other stuff, and it's like these people have never been here. Back to the California point, I was traveling. And this went back when I was wrestling. I was at an airport in Atlanta. I'm just sitting there eating at this bar. And there's a guy next to me who's a businessman from San Diego. And he asked me, he goes, "Would you ever live in California?" I said, "No." And he's like, he looked at me, he's like, "Why? Why wouldn't you want to live in California?" And I said, "It's too expensive. Cost of living's too high."
Mm.
I said, "There's no way." I mean, I explained it to him. I said, just if you ever watch the HGTV shows when they renovate a house in Southern
ridiculous.
California,
We're
Like a
smiling
1,200
because it's painful.
Yeah,
a
it is.
1,200 square foot house is like $500,000.
Yeah, and that was when I lived there. One of our fellow nerd coworkers bought this tiny little house that here would probably cost like, I don't know, like maybe 60. Like you could find something in the
Yeah.
east side for like 60K. He paid over $500,000.
Before I forget, I did forget to do something tonight, and I know John's going to have my head if I don't remember to do it.
Oh, yeah.
I do have to pause for a few seconds for a break for our sponsors. It's going to be late in the show, guys, so hopefully it's there. I usually do it right away. So let's go ahead and pause for a quick break from our sponsors. All right, we're good. I got to write it down so I can give it to John. He's going to be like, "Why so late?"
We were busy.
We were busy. We just got caught up in it. It's like I have friends with me. I usually do it by myself.
Oh boy.
No, I got a
Yeah.
question. I got a question for you, Lou. And I think this is kind of sad if you think about it. Now, Cleveland, the mistake on the lake, and it gets, bad mouth. Late night talk shows have made jokes about Cleveland for decades now. But let's be real about it. Cleveland, great place to live. We all know, great place to raise a family. Cost of living's great and everything. So basically, it's got all the infrastructure, got everything you would want for a great life. But if our sports teams would have not had the drive, the fumble, the blown save, been epically, saying non-winners, would that whole mystique would that have not have
Yes.
manifested?
I
So
think
this is so sports. So when people say sports don't matter when it comes to identity and things like that, I think they're so wrong, because I really feel like Cleveland is a great city, but unfortunately it gets knocked because of its sports teams' lack of success in the playoffs.
What can I speak? I'm gonna speak
Go
to
ahead,
something you just
George.
said.
Yeah. Go ahead, George.
So what you talked about, the drive and the fumble and the red right 88 game, I feel like it speaks more to the pedigree of the Browns, because like I said, I live in Nashville, and the Titans lost a Super Bowl in heartbreaking fashion. Stopped at the 1 yard line. They fell short of that. They've had the number 1 seed a couple of times. When Cincinnati went to the Super Bowl, they had the 1 seed,
Right.
and they lost here at home because Tannehill was throwing interceptions. If that was Cleveland that lost in that fashion, it would just be added to the list.
Right.
But because it's the Titans and they were formerly the Oilers, it's not the same narrative. Because if you talk to Titans fans, you talk to them about some of them games, they remember those games, right? But nationally, there's no national narrative to say, "Oh, you guys can't get over the hump," or
Right,
you're
right.
cursed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to me, that's why, again, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier when you talk about if you're from Northeast Ohio, how can you be a Steelers fan? Because the Browns organization does have pedigree. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
My grandfather took my dad to go see Jim Brown play.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of y'all, your grandfathers watched them play. So every team don't really have that. And yeah, we know there's been some down years. But when you take a whole organization and move them and you got to start fresh, who else had to do that? The Raiders kept moving the Raiders. I guess the Texans was an expansion team. So the Browns, nobody's ever had to do that. So for them to win, it'd be unprecedented. Go ahead.
Basically, what happened in '96 was the death penalty. What happened to SMU happened to us. Yeah, that's basically what happened because we were given an expansion franchise in September of '98, and they had to start training camp in July of '99.
Not enough
It was
time.
it was insane. They almost wanted to
Well, and then they
debate
screwed
again.
us because they helped Jacksonville and Carolina out with their #1 pick, so we didn't get the kind of compensation when it comes to draft picks that they got because you know what I'm saying. So it wasn't exactly because unfortunately Jacksonville and Carolina had such great success reaching the championship game in year 2.
They had
of
better
their
talent
system.
too. Yeah.
So. But let's be real, and I'll say this too: is as much as Browns fans and we want to say, you know, we had it tough because of this, that, or the other. We've had bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. Mm-hmm. We've hired wrong coaches. We've hired wrong GMs. We had wrong draft picks. I mean, we've not helped ourselves. It's like the Columbus Blue Jackets for 20. When you're bad for 20 to 25 years. Yeah, okay, there's a little bit of bad luck, but there's also a lot of incompetence going on. I think we finally after all this year with Stefanski and Barry, finally got the right people in place to build something with. But, yeah, to say that it's not, you know, the organization's fault for this, you know, factory of sadness that we've had for 25 years, I'm not going to take them off the hook for it. But I will say this. As a loyal fan that I am, I'm never going to turn my back against the Browns or not buy merchandise or not go to games because I'm going to show them. I'm going to show them and hold them accountable. I think that is the dumbest take in all of sports, holding your team accountable. There's nothing you can do. You can only be a fan of your team because you love them. And like Jarrell's point said, it's about the city and it's about, you know,
the history and the pedigree
of it and everything like that. So, I mean, that it is what it is.
I remember in 2008, there was a guy named Dog Pound Mike, and he met with then Landy Lerner, and he tried to do a boycott and everything, but him and one other guy did it, and they showed up at the Dog Pound, and they got booed and everything. And he showed up to meet with Randy Lerner. He had a damn dog bone on his head. It looked like an idiot. So, but like I said, at the same time, I said, if you want to say, hey, before I spend my money, I'm going to pay attention, I'm going to watch, I'm going to care, but I'm not really going to spend my money until I start seeing a return on investment because I've been loyal to you guys. That's, you know, hey, it's your money. You can do what you want.
Go buy some Guardians gear. Go buy some Cavaliers gear. Go buy whatever. All I'm saying is it's a Cleveland thing for a lot of us that love the Browns, you know, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's always going to be a Browns town.
I always associated the Browns with grit, like pushing through everything that was thrown through them. And that's why I chose them to be my forever team specifically.
Well, I think we hit rock bottom because we had to basically completely tear it down and rebuild it from the start. And we hit rock bottom in 16 and 17. With 17, we drafted Myles Garrett, David Njoku, Jabril Peppers. Jabril Peppers, I think, is still with New England. I'm not sure where he's at now. We have then the 2018 draft. We still have Denzel Ward and Nick Chubb. Just 20.
Jabril was at the
amazing when you start getting on your draft picks.
What's that?
Jabril Peppers was at the softball game. I was like, I miss you. I
think they kind of led up to because I think they had a setback when they hired Freddie Kitchens.
Big time.
But then, like
Stefanski.
you know, Haslam said, "This isn't working. We got to change direction." He didn't wait. He just said, "We're doing it now," and it was the right decision. They brought in Andrew Berry and they brought in Stefanski, and it's worked out. I'd say it started in 2020 was the turnaround because if here we go. We have an opportunity to do very well, and I said there's only two things holding this team back. I said I have two articles pending right now. One of them is I'm previewing the Cincinnati game on Thursday night late in the season, and I did one about the 1980 Browns. I said. There's the cardiac kids. They said there's two things holding this team back: themselves and health. That's it.
Health, yeah.
Health and themselves. I mean, if we cut back on the turnovers, we're going to be a really good team. And people, you know, it's just, hey, is Watson going to be good? We'll have to wait and see. Is Nick Chubb going to be able to play? We'll have to wait and see. I can't control it.
Right.
So. Let me ask you
that Coquina story right there that Candy Corn guy brings up. Here's the thing, like, you know, they mentioned it on ESPN Cleveland a lot, and Tony Rizzo, the host of it, he knows it obviously. But I'll say one thing: I think it has to do with him doing something with bodily fluids or something or excrements. Yeah, Coquinez was the GM with Mancini.
Like 3 months.
Yeah, but then he got fired. But there's a story behind it, and he got escorted out of the building. And I think that he may have done something on top of a desk or did something to that. And
I don't know that, and it's pure speculation.
Like I said, reckless speculation, as they would say on.
Yes.
Yeah. But hey,
It was just
I'm not gonna be fired
1966.
from any. Dog Chug's not gonna fire me, so
Yes.
don't worry about it. I'm not.
No. The Cleveland Browns won 8 World Championships, 4 All-American Football Conference championships, 4 NFL championships. They have 18 Hall of Famers, and we are the only fan base in the history of sports to fight to keep their team and win. Period. So, on that note, is there anything else anybody else wants to add before I wrap this up?
I was going to ask one question.
Go ahead,
you
brother.
go ahead, Sherry. You want to go first, Sherry?
Oh no, I was just wanted a quick like blurb about how everybody felt about Bernie Kosar disclosing his medical
Sure.
afflictions, because like myself, I mean, my father does have Parkinson's. I know, Lou, your dad has Parkinson's as well.
And my brother.
And your brother.
And my brother.
And the liver comorbidity, which was I thought it was very brave of him to come out in the public and share this with like the world when it's something that is so hard. A diagnosis like that is so hard to stomach. But shout out to Bernie Kosar for being brave. Like you said, a Cleveland quarterback. He has true grit and he's not afraid to hide, what's going on with him. And I really respect that greatly.
Go ahead. I have a Kosar story if anybody wants to hear it. But if you want to go first, Jarrell, or what do you have to say?
Well, I was gonna. You said the turnaround happened in 2020. I was gonna ask y'all because to me, I think it happened whenever Myles Garrett took that helmet and bust Mason.
Oh yeah,
that was 2019. That was 2019.
I think that's when the turnaround happened, because the question I've always asked people: if somebody for the Steelers did that to the Browns quarterback, it wouldn't have been frowned upon as much. If somebody on the Ravens did that to the Browns,
that's just them playing tough. That's just them.
You feel me? That's
right. That's their culture. They're tough.
They're tough, right? But because
Myles
Garrett did it to the beloved Steelers, Stephen A. Smith was outraged.
Yes,
everybody was outraged, right?
Yes, he was.
But to me, it was like, oh, okay, you got some people on the team that are that crazy that'll snap and bust you upside the head with something. Like, he could have killed him. I'm not saying I'm not applauding that, but I'm saying that type of fuse, that to me is when the turnaround happened, because I think that's what Cleveland needed to get up out of
the
that
spark.
25
That's
years.
true culture.
That's the spark.
You know what I'm saying? That was a spark for real.
That was a firework.
I think it would have been better if he would have given Mason Rudolph that helmet back as a suppository, but that's me. I had can I? That would have been even better. They would frown upon that.
I was there for that, but yes,
yes.
Anyway,
the Kosar story. I was shooting for Channel 3 WKYC. It was a Sunday morning. They sent me to a story where Kosar and Langhorne were going to be playing football with Cleveland schools, middle school students. They're going to be playing touch football with them, and I was the only news person there getting it. And Kosar and Langhorne came out of the limo, and I never do this, but I had a Browns hat on. It was a Sunday morning during the season, and I had a Sharpie in my pocket. And before I did anything, they signed my hat. It's not this hat. I have the hat. I have the hat in storage somewhere, but Kosar and Langhorne signed it, and Kosar had his Super Bowl ring with Dallas
from the Cowboys.
From the Cowboys who were in it. He goes, "Hey, check it out." And I was like,
wow.
Cool. I was like, cool. Well, that's the second time I held the Super Bowl ring. I held Greg Pruitt's with the Raiders and Cleo Miller's with the USFL Michigan Panthers. He's wearing that. I'd wear it too. Yeah, that was pretty cool. But Kosar was really nice, and he even made a joke about drawing a play in the dirt. Do you know that story?
Yeah, the last touchdown that he had against the Broncos when he threw it to Michael Jackson.
Yes, he made a joke about that. Yeah, but he was really cool. Nice guy. Langhorne was cool. And that's the first time I met Kosar. Second time was at a Drug Mart autograph signing. But I never do that because it's considered unprofessional in news to do that. Because there's another time I shot an interview and it was me with a bunch of media people with then was the highest paid player in baseball. It was when it was Jacobs Field still. And it was after an Indians game and Texas Rangers were playing, and Alex Rodriguez
signed that big deal. Yeah.
He signed that big contract. And I shot, he was cool as hell. I'll tell you that story because he was about ready to eat after the game. And he goes, he looked over at us. He had his plate and everything. He goes, you want to do this now? I said, oh, you can eat. He goes, no, I don't take a few minutes. So he just stopped and he just made, because we were there to get his sound. That's what we were there to do.
Okay.
Yeah. And he did that. And then we got Buck Showalter, and that guy was a dick.
Yes,
I will say,
yeah, not shocked
Buck
by that one.
Buck
Not-
Showalter was a dick.
Yeah,
I was like, dude, I'm just doing my job. Just answer the questions. I mean, it's just so. But anyway, A-Rod was actually a really nice guy. And my girlfriend at the time was like, "Did you get his autograph?" I said, "No, I can't do that. I can't do. You just one of those things you don't do." But I took that exception, and Kozar and Langhorne they signed my hat for me. So Bernie was a great guy. I hope I'll see him on West 6th Street when I go
Right.
to the games.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
West 6 is usually by the 92.3 fan booth, and they have a band playing and everything. Kozar's
That's
usually
a
hanging out there
Barley House.
by the Barley
right?
House. Yep, on West
Mhm.
6th. Yep. And they
I've
had the
never
food
been
trucks
over
there.
there.
That was the first time I met Lana and Yvette and Heather. They were there, so that was the first time I met them. And there was hanging on
Ooh,
Bernie
little
versus
history right
Rudy.
there.
Hail
Yeah.
Mary, yes, like that Hail
Right.
Mary cost Bernie Kosar the Heisman Trophy.
Mhm.
But yeah, that I wanted to share that story. And yeah, and Parkinson's is tough to deal with because my brother's had it since he was 43, and it's going to be about 12 years now, and he's been struggling, and it's frustrating for him. And my dad's early stages because he's in his mid 70s,
Mhm.
and it's just his hands just sit there and shake.
Tremor. Mhm.
Yeah, but Bernie, we're praying for you, man. We hope you recover. Thank you for everything. And fans, guys, everybody that's commented on this show, everybody that tuned in, God, this has been fun. Thank you
Super
so
fun.
much.
Yes,
I appreciate
Fun
each and every one of you.
Friday.
I appreciate everybody that comes on. I appreciate people that don't even like me.
How can somebody not like you? Jeez.
Oh, trust me, I run into it. Yeah, trust me, I run it. It's just so you know that 1,200 square foot house for $500,000, you could get twice the square footage and twice the land. Okay, in Geauga County, Ohio, for half the price. Yeah, for half where I live. Because I live, I'm close by. I'm not too far away from Sherry.
No.
No. Because we basically go to the same rapid station to get to the games. Ed, quick question before I let you go: are you coming up for any games?
Yes. I know. Also, too, September 15th, Dog Chug will be at a wing place, and I forget.
Oh yeah,
with the Cyber Dog.
Yeah, you just give me that when it gets closer.
So
September 18th. What game is that? The Giants game?
Well, it's an away game. It's an away game, so we'll be up in Akron. It's September 15th, the Jacksonville game. We'll be up there.
Oh, okay.
Something on the lakes, and I forget. Hank is doing something, and
Hank 330.
Yeah.
So Hank 330. Okay.
Yeah,
Lou for city council.
Thanks for having me on, Lou. And I want to say this: everybody enjoy sports, enjoy your life, and if you happen to be looking up at the clouds, take an extra look.
The haters make me famous.
You might figure out what you see.
They hate because the reason why Fanatical Elves even hired me to begin with is because I get paid to look pretty. That's what they're jealous of. I'm not traveling to a road game, Steve. Sorry, I'm not. I don't know if anybody is. Anybody traveling to a road game?
No.
I want to go to the Raiders game, but I don't know.
Go to Las Vegas. Yeah, I haven't been. Last time I was out Vegas was for the Wrestling Cauliflower Alley Club, and I was there. There's the last. But Christine was pregnant with my oldest at the time. That was the last time I went. But after I had my kids, I really haven't traveled much. So I'd like to be home and be with my kids. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank each and every one of you. We appreciate it. Fanatical Elves Network, part of the subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. Fanatical Elves, guys, like, share, subscribe. Got a lot of Greg Brown's content. Dog Chug Wednesday nights. Squad Pod every other Tuesday night. And when Jarrell's show's back on Thursday nights, we'll be here for it. No, actually, just I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. That's things that John and I have been talking about. John's talking about doing a Monday night show with me and call it the Cleveland Stew. And I thought it would be great. And it just, the thing is, if I do that, I'm not going to do my show every night. I'm going to do I'm going to do my Sunday show with Corey, Friday show with Sherry, and do my Monday show with John.
Heck yeah.
Plus I write every day too. So let me see. What do we got?
Good to streamline.
Just the Super Bowl when we go. Okay. We're going to New Orleans for the Super Bowl.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
So much for this. Oh, Wayne, thank you. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, Wayne rules.
Andy, Wayne's
World.
There we go. Oh, wait a second. Before we go, I got to say, just always remember, whenever the river burns, it burns brown and orange. Have a good night.
You gotta make a cartoon animation, Ed dancing like that.
Yeah.
That's the intro.
Yeah.
No stereotype here. No stereotype at all. This guy. This guy. This guy. Oh, we got another comment. Shalom, Sherry. Shalom. Good night, everybody.